Hey guys, and welcome to this video where I will try to show you how to set up FFG, that is forward from Gmax, which is a nice tool or maybe a set of tools which allow you to transfer your models from Gmax to 3ds Max relatively simply. As always, you will find the link to the needed downloads down in the description. The download is hosted at fsdeveloper.com and consists of one zip file that contains the PDF readme and an FFG folder. FFG folder contains a couple of other folders: BFF Max to Gmax, which contains a script to the other direction, FFG postprocessor and grabber, which are two things that I will talk about a bit later. And the first thing you will need is to copy the whole FFG folder to your Gmax scripts folder. I have opened here my Gmax installation. You can also find the scripts here in GamePacks if you have them installed. I did not bother installing any GamePacks in my new computer, since I'm not going to use Gmax for basically anything other than converting my old files from Gmax format to Max format. So I'm gonna use this scripts folder here. So just copy this FFG folder here. Alright, so now that I have copied the folder to the Gmax, I will run Gmax and click on Max script and run script. Pick up FFG, FFG014 and run. There is no feedback, however this does install a macro that will be used for exporting the actual model. The next thing you need to do is to customize the user interface and to make an actual button or a keyboard combo, as you wish. I'm gonna use a button, so I'm just gonna use toolbar and find an option called FFG exporter. Now what you need to do is to pick it and drag it up here somewhere, like this. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is to create a simple object and just try to export it, so to test whether the installation went right. Then the window that is open should look like this. Now I'm clicking export scene and you can see that the export is finished, which looks like it's alright. So the next part contains the installation of grabber and postprocessor, which will allow you to actually grab the Gmax model and process it and put it into the 3ds Max. This is a bit more difficult, contains making and tinkering with shortcuts and links and such. And what I'm going to do is to open my Gmax folder, scripts folder, FFG, and first the FFG postprocessor. Click on FFGPP and create a shortcut in this location. As you can see, the shortcut was created. Now I'm going to go one level up, go into the grabber folder, and create a shortcut from the Gmax SL grep as well. This one is gonna need to be edited a bit. I'm gonna select properties and just add -s parameter here. And click OK. Try clicking the grabber to see what happens. Info can find listener window, which is correct. Now, next step is to open your 3ds Max folder and find the scripts folder here. Ideally create a subfolder, something like my FFG scripts. And drag this folder onto the FFGPP shortcut. It does apparently not work in Gmax. Let's try it like this. No. So what I'm going to do is to open this folder in Windows. To Gmax. No, scripts. FFG. FFG processor. Take this and take it over this shortcut. Target folder will be correct, and that's that. Now if you open this link again, you can see the target. Now, how to export. So now to exporting. What I'm going to do is to open my Gmax and make some basic model, just some sphere and a teapot, just to see what happens. What you are going to need to do is to click on the exporter, and you can click whether to export animation or whether to export selected objects only, and you can export geometry, materials, lights, cameras, splines and helpers. Now, clicking on export scene, the progress bar goes around very quickly. The export finished status is shown. Now at this time, if you click F11 button, you can see the Max script listener, which has some information. Basically this contains the information about the objects that are present in the scene. Now minimize Gmax, but do not close the window. Find the grabber shortcut, which I put here, and run it. In the pop-up window, navigate to the Gmax scripts FFG and enter some file name which will identify the scene you are trying to exporting, and wait until grabber export's done. It is worth noting that if you have a bigger scene, this can take a while, so don't be alarmed if it doesn't work so fast as you can see here. You can also export the scene in parts, one model, other model, one building, second car, and then connect them again in 3ds Max. Now you can close Gmax and continue. I don't need to say that, and continue in the 3ds Max. You can also find the scene text file, which contains the listener window, well, which basically contains what was in the listener window. Now what you are going to do now is to take the text scene txt and drop it on the FFG PP shortcut. Click on run, and you can see the lines are finished. The lines are processed, the file is finished. And to import the pounds, I need to run script test scene ms and max. So here I am, having opened my 3ds Max 2009 copy. I'm just gonna go into Max script, run script, open my FFG scripts and run the test scene script. Click yes on do you really want to reset, and as you can see, my Gmax scene is copied to 3ds Max. And you can now just save the scene in Gmax in 3ds Max format and work it as you would normally. That's all for me for now. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your whatever you are going to do.